being a quorum of council present, this meeting is hereby called to order at 6:33 p.m. Please make sure your cell phones are turned off or in the silent mode to avoid any unnecessary interruptions in the meeting. Public comments are only allowed during the public comment portion of the meeting. Please see your agenda. When addressing the city council, the speaker must state his or her name and address. This will help us to determine if you're inside our city limits, our police jurisdiction, or outside of our jurisdictional boundaries. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the city council. You'll be notified at the end of 2 minutes that you will have 1 minute remaining to summarize. For groups or individuals that wish to address the council on the same topic, public comments will be limited to 3 persons per topic. I don't have that problem tonight, though. Okay. And welcome, Mr. Fuller. Okay, roll call.
Mayor Hill.
Here.
Councilmember Baker.
Here.
Councilmember Smith.
Here.
Councilmember Webb.
Here.
Councilmember Branson.
Here.
Councilmember Shirey is absent.
And Mr. Shirey is running a little bit late tonight from voting, so I talked to him a minute ago, so he's going to try to get here as soon as he can. So, okay, do we have any public comments tonight?
None.
Okay. Presentations. Coach Dillon.
Yeah, please. And I brought some gifts tonight too.
Uh-oh.
Want to give all the council members one of our.
Wow. Well, thank you. What an honor. Look at that.
Also, Coach Seymour, too.
Thank you, Coach. All right.
Say Mr. Shirey's coming.
He's coming home.
Yeah, these could really come in handy.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to put these on right before every council meeting.
That's funny, because we were talking about that like
How appropriate.
You too.
And I do want to show y'all our new helmet this year. We're going with a white helmet with the Viking logo there on it. So it's going to be sharp. You take a look at that. It's kind of latest design to help prevent concussions with the flexibility of it. It's come a long way.
That is fancy.
That nice?
That is.
Yeah. I saw him first tonight.
Did you?
No, I'll just give each
That's
of
heavy.
y'all.
That's heavy to
It's
put your
heavy.
head.
Thank
Put it on a
you.
Yes, sir.
We're a football team.
I'm not gonna read all this. You guys can read it. We're wanting to get out again in the community and help support the city. On the second page is a list of all the events that we would like to get to become a part of this year, throughout the year, with the city of Semmes, volunteering our time and our players' time to come help, whether that be movie night events or that be the Easter event coming up, or the city cleanup event. We want to do several cleanup events of our own around the walking track again this year. Participating in the Memorial Day event, Freedom Celebration. Anything the city's doing, we want to be a part of. We feel like, once again, that this is our city, our community, and we like seeing that support on Friday nights when we're out playing a ball game. The third page is some of the events that we are doing that the city of Semmes is more than welcome to help us in this year. We have a weightlifting competition on the 26th of this month, our annual lift-a-thon, which is going to be, the city of Semmes is going to be the lead sponsor in that event. It's going to be the city of Semmes MGM football lift-a-thon. That'll be on the front of a t-shirt that we're creating for that, just because of all the support that the city has given to our team and our school this year. Our spring game's coming up on the 20th, and then you can look through there. That it follows with our 2016 varsity football schedule. The first home game, our first 3 games this year are all on the road, but our first home game will be September the 9th, and we'll play Murphy, and that will be, again, our City of Semmes night. Will also be our Little League night where we will bring out all the Little League football players to come and watch the game for free. Just making an event for them. We asked the city would come in and support that. Mr. Baker came this past year and was the honorary captain. It turned out to be a really good game that night. So that's our schedule. We ended with Baker on the 29th of October. We are asking this year for a grand total, if the city sees it necessary, for $10,000. One of the things that we want to do this year is we want a football uniform. We need a new set of game jerseys, and we want to make them gray. And instead of MGM or Vikings across the front, we want them to say Semmes. The back page, the last 2 pages in the packet that I gave you, is kind of an example of what those uniforms would look like. As you can see, it says Semmes across the chest there. They would be gray. They would have the blue in them. And then the pants that would go along with them, they would say Vikings down the side. So we would not be the Mary Montgomery Vikings. We would be the Semmes Vikings. And we would wear those to any event that we team with the city of Semmes to help accomplish. The other pages that you see in there are what we call the spirit packs, which the players have to buy themselves. They cost $150. They are one is a black shirt that has a Viking head with some gloves there, with Viking Nation down the back. The gray shirt is what we'll wear to school on Fridays as our game day shirt. The crazy striped shirt is what we will wear on game night underneath our uniforms. And those are half sleeves that come down. And then the shorts there is what we will wear basically to work out every day, and our cleats that we will get this year. And we're asking for $4,000 for that. So $6,000 for the uniforms and $4,000 for the spirit packs for the kids who can't afford to pay $150 for those spirit packs. And we are thrilled as we can be for the upcoming season. The season actually starts now. Kids are working hard every day in the weight room. We have to beat them out of there every afternoon. It's a different atmosphere around Mary Montgomery football right now, and I think people can sense it in the community that we made some strides this past year and are looking to continue that this upcoming season. So I won't take any more of your time unless you have any questions.
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
Matt Dearman, I'm sorry.
How do you spell that last name?
Dearmon.
We appreciate the gifts.
Yes, sir.
Can't think of better.
We appreciate you guys.
This is a well thought out, comprehensive presentation. I really,
Yes.
this really has a lot of meat to it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any other comments or any questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have an ordinance. This will be the first time that this ordinance is presented, will be tonight. The ordinance is an ordinance to vacate a certain portion of Forest Street within the city limits of the city of Semmes. Tonight, we're going to have our first public hearing on this. This was actually, the notice was published in the Call News for 4 consecutive weeks. It was also posted in our designated posting locations throughout the city. That's part of our legal requirement, things that we have to do to consider this. You have the ordinance. Can you bring up the map? So I can show you where this is at. We have the Public Works facility. Oh, I'm sorry, pull it down a little bit further. Other way. Yeah, okay. And we have our Public Works facility, and pull it over. Yeah, so we can see the end of the street, the other way. A little bit more. Okay, and kind of reduce it more, so we can see more on the, there, okay. Okay, and flip over just a little bit more, other way, I'm sorry, there. Okay, this, Forest Street, it shows on the map that the right-of-way goes all the way from Illinois Street, all the way to Fire Tower. But when you actually look at it on the aerial overhead, only half of the road is being used. And it runs alongside the Public Works facility and then over to the Public Safety Training Complex. The rest of the right-of-way runs through the middle of Mr. and Miss Jordan's property. They have the parcel on the north side and also on the south side of the property. The right-of-way is completely vacant. There are no utilities running on the right-of-way, and it is not being used. The council, what we need to do, or we will need to do, is actually determine if it's in the best interest of the city to vacate the right-of-way to the Jordans. And what would happen there, the right-of-way would be split in the middle. Half of it would go with the parcel on the north side, and half of the right-of-way would go with the parcel on the south side. But we have, determined there are no utilities on the right-of-way. At this time, there are no plans to do anything with that. And like I said, it does run right through the middle of his property. Can you put the aerial view on? Okay, and then maybe kind of zoom in right behind Public Works a little bit. You see where the road dead ends, and then that was when we were doing the construction of the training facility and the burn tower, but the road just dead ends there, so. Okay, are there any comments, Mr. Baker?
None, let's see, it's just, yeah, I think
Okay, Mr. Smith?
I'm concerned that we really need some, a road through the area there from Fire Tower back over to the Prairie. And is this going to foreclose us ever getting a through road there? In other words, a way to get around Highway 98 if we had to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mr. Baker?
Oh, yeah, the left one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
It's actually-
yeah,
Wolf.
Wolf at that point, yes. In other words, if
Wolf's
highway,
over here, right?
no,
Which
to the
way is
left,
Wolf?
to the left. There you go.
And then you have the railroad tracks.
Turn left and Semmes at the second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it just dead ends.
In other words, if Highway 98 were blocked, wrecked or whatever, we need to be thinking about developing a way around that, some alternate route. And do we have a fallback pathway if we do?
Yes.
Okay.
In the comprehensive plan, what we looked at, one of the things with this right-of-way through here, there's really not a way to get from Wolf Road over to Fire Tower, like you're saying. This road is not really, and it would not be a good road, in my opinion, this is my opinion, to use to get from Wolf over to Fire Tower, because you would have to cross the railroad tracks. I think that if we were gonna do a road to help accessibility between the two, I would probably rather go between the curve and Wolf Road on that quarter section line all the way through to Fire Tower. That way we wouldn't have to cross the railroad tracks. It's very difficult to get a crossing at the railroad tracks. So I don't really see where this road would ever, be used, to get from one point to the other. In our comprehensive plan, there is a road that goes from Wolf over to Fire Tower, and it's right there in the curve. And it just logistically, it makes better sense than this, where this road's at. This road was originally mapped out back in 1906 when they laid out the plat of the town of Semmes. And there were 50-foot right-of-ways for roads, and there were 50-foot wide lots, and then there was like a section of lots, and then there was an alley in between the lots, and then the next section of lots, and then the next road. So it was kind of laid out the way that the original, where it was laid out in the original plat of Semmes. So that's why that right of way exists.
And the owners just asked that right away be given to them, right?
Mhm.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So, if half of the right of way goes to one side and half to the other, if they sold whatever, that new person would be responsible for keeping that right of way?
Right, it actually joins on their parcel of land.
Oh, okay.
So it vacates the right of way. The right of way no longer exists. And part of it, half of it goes to the north property and half of it goes to the south property. Now, if you had, in the case we have the Jordans, they own both the properties, the one on the north and the south. If you had property owners that were on the north and the south that were different, they would have to jointly petition to vacate the right of way. And that's the way that they would split it. Half would go to the north and half would go to the south. So basically this just, it'll be split down the middle, but it's just that the property owners are the same for both. So, Mr. Webb,
No comment.
okay.
Thank you.
Can I ask one more question?
Mhm.
Do the Jordans have any current plans for building on that?
I do not know.
Let's see, it would be,
He said,
probably,
he said no.
right. Setback would prevent building on it anyway, wouldn't it?
Okay, any other comments from council? Okay, at this time, I would like to open the public hearing for anyone who would like to comment on this right-of-way vacation. Please note the time at 6:50. Okay, all right, we don't have anyone that would like to comment. We'll close the public hearing at 6:51. Okay, and we will be able to discuss this again. It'll come up for another public hearing in another session, in the next session as well. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there and also give the ordinance to the council to review. So, all right, moving along. Resolutions on the agenda tonight. The first resolution is authorizing the expenditure of funds for advertising at the 2016 Azalea Festival. This is for the $2,000 that we usually spend for advertising and sponsoring, or we're a co-sponsor of the Azalea Festival. This is budgeted in our annual budget for 2000. Yes. So, first round of comments, Mr. Baker.
This was for, let's see, I paper here.
Azalea Festival
Oh,
advertising.
yeah, this is the one we do every year.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of our major events. And certainly, we've always supported it in the past. I think we should continue to do so.
Okay. Mr. Smith.
I'm very favorable for this.
Okay, Mr. Webb. Okay, Ms. Francis.
Yes, since we budgeted for this, so the money's there, and this is just an appropriation of the funds, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, next we have a resolution approving the City of Semmes Public Works Department to assist the Semmes Chamber of Commerce at the Azalea Festival. We did this for the first time last year. Of course, the Azalea Festival is completely run by the chamber, which is all volunteers. And with 12 to 15,000 people that attend every year, it's an ordeal to put everything together and take everything apart, and then kind of take care of everything in the meantime when the festival's going on. What this resolution does is says that it would benefit the health, safety, and welfare of our community for public works employees to assist, and we did this as well, like I said, last year. Okay, Mr. Baker.
Yeah, no objection to this.
Okay, Mr. Smith.
Absolutely, a must do.
Okay, Mr. Webb.
Yes.
And Ms. Franson.
I agree.
Okay. Okay, the next resolution is granting a business license exemption for vendors participating in the Semmes Azalea Festival, sponsored by the Semmes Chamber of Commerce on March 12th. We did this for the first time with the, what was it?
Arts Festival.
Arts Festival, right. And what this does is the vendors who come and set up for the day, a lot of these people are coming from out of town. And the business license is $25 to $35. And you know, by the time you pay that, and your booth fee and your travel and everything else, it wouldn't really maybe make it very worthwhile for you to come if you had to, you know, all the expenses. So that's what this is for, is to waive those fees for the business license. Mr. Baker?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Mr. Smith?
I think this will leave a sweet taste in everybody's mouth.
Okay. Mr. Webb?
Yes.
And Ms. Franson?
I agree.
Okay. The next resolution is authorizing the mayor to enter into a tax revenue enhancement agreement with RDS for the business license administration. This is just a renewal of the business we've been doing with RDS and them administering our business license. Mr. Baker?
No problem at all with this.
Okay. Mr. Smith?
Okay with me.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
And Ms. Franson?
Fine with me.
Okay. The next resolution is an agreement for the cooperative maintenance between the Alabama Department of Transportation and the City of Semmes regarding project number TAPAA-TA14915, and it's sidewalks on Moffett Road, Wolf Road, and McCrary Road. We've already done the same resolution we've already taken care of for the second TAP grant, and this is the resolution we'll need for the first TAP grant. What this says basically is that when we finish the TAP grant and we put the sidewalks in, these sidewalks become the responsibility, maintenance-wise, of the City of Semmes, and that will continue to maintain them and keep them in good order. Okay, Mr. Baker?
I agree.
Mr. Smith?
I agree.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Franson?
Yes.
The next resolution is authorizing the expenditure of funds for advertising with Mary Jean Montgomery football and authorizing the mayor to enter into a performance-based contract with MGM High School football. And thank you for the presentation, Mr. Dearman. Now this amount of money here, we have $10,000. We do have in our budget, we have $40,000 that we have budgeted to give to the schools this year. And this would actually come from that one line item. This would be, this resolution would be for advertising, which is one thing, which we definitely appreciate that. Thank you very much on that. And the other would be a performance contract, and that would be, the football team's actually gonna come out. They're gonna start getting even more involved in our events, which I think is a great thing. So it's a performance contract in that way. Mr. Baker?
Yeah, and as the mayor said, you gave a wonderful presentation, a great packet, and it's very impressive, all that you propose to do to help the community, and I just applaud that. Thank you both so much. Appreciate it.
Mr. Smith?
I think there's a lot of value for the city in this, and certainly we'll be happy to support it.
Okay, Mr. Webb?
Agree.
Okay, Ms. Franson?
I agree.
Okay. Next, committee reports. We have special projects.
I don't have a report tonight, Mayor. Sorry.
I think probably the two things that we need to update on, we have one, the annexations, and we've been working on those. We now have our map ready for our next meeting. That'll show all the annexation petitions that we have, and we'll start bringing those forward and not resolutions, as ordinances to the council. The next is the sign ordinance, and that's something that I would say in the last 2 weeks, something I've gotten a lot of input from citizens on is signs. And if you notice when you go up and down Moffett Road, we have a lot of signs going up, a lot of signs in the right of way, and it's a fight just trying to keep them off the right of way. We've had a lot of, I've had a lot of complaints of signs going up and people can't see when they go to turn out of the different roads onto Moffett Road, and it's really a problem. And we do have the moratorium for the billboards. That's something we need to go ahead and take care of and address. So hopefully that's what this sign ordinance will take care of. So that's the two things we have there, special events. Mr. Baker?
Well, as you know, the Easter egg hunt is upon us. We had an excellent special events committee meeting not too long ago, and we discussed, of course, the ever-important egg issue. And I think we've broken the code on eggs. We have the eggs under control, and we have the labor force to tweak those, although they do come field. We're going to work that out, and we have good support from the senior citizens operation. So I think we're okay. Public Works is going to help with setting up the route. So I think we should have a very good day. Just as long as it doesn't rain. No rain.
I hope it doesn't. If so, we've got a problem. We've got 7,500 eggs.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
um,
Good.
we'll be tossing them out on the road, or tossing them to kids or something, I'm not sure. Okay, historic preservation.
No report.
Don't worry about me.
Are there any further staff or council comments tonight? Okay, any further business that might come before the council? All right, it is, can't believe it's 7 o'clock. We actually have to wait for 30 minutes till the next meeting. So our next meeting will begin at 7:30. With there being no further business, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 7 o'clock.
You got one?
Okay, there being a quorum of council present, this meeting is hereby called to order at 7:30 p.m. Please make sure your phones are off or in the silent mode to avoid any unnecessary interruptions in the meeting. Public comments are only allowed during the public comment portion of the meeting. Please see your agenda. When addressing the city council, the speaker must state his or her name and address. This will help us to determine if you're in the city limits, in our police jurisdiction, or outside of our jurisdictional boundaries. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the city council. You'll be notified at the end of 2 minutes that you have 1 minute remaining to summarize. Okay, roll call.
Mayor Hill,
Here.
Councilmember Baker,
Here.
Councilmember Smith,
Here.
Councilmember Webb,
Here.
Councilmember Franson, Councilmember Shirey.
Here.
Invocation and pledge, Mr. Shirey, Mr. Baker. Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that we've had today. We pray that we will make good decisions for the city and for our citizens tonight. Pray that you will bless everyone in attendance and all of our citizens and keep us in keeping with your wishes. In the name of the Father, amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any public comments tonight?
None.
Okay, ordinances, we do not have to consider the ordinance tonight. That's just on the work session. First resolution is authorizing the expenditure of funds for advertising at the 2016 Azalea Festival. We reviewed and discussed this in the work session earlier. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and waive the reading?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franson,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any discussion from council? Okay, do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franson,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion to adopt the resolution carries. It's now approved. The second resolution is approving City of Semmes Public Works to assist the Semmes Chamber of Commerce at the Semmes Azalea Festival. We reviewed and discussed this earlier in the council work session. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franson,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any discussion from council? Do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion to adopt the resolution carries. The next resolution is granting a business license exception for vendors participating in the Semmes Azalea Festival sponsored by the Semmes Chamber of Commerce on March 12th, 2016. We reviewed and discussed this in the work session earlier. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any discussion from council?
Motion to adopt?
Okay,
Second.
roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion to adopt the resolution carries. It's now approved. The next resolution is authorizing the mayor to enter into a tax revenue enhancement agreement for business license administration. We reviewed and discussed this in the work session. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call vote. Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any discussion from council?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion to adopt the resolution carries. The next resolution is agreement for cooperative maintenance agreement between the Alabama Department of Transportation and the City of Semmes. And this, of course, is for our first TAP sidewalk grant. We reviewed and discussed this in the work session earlier. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and to waive the
So
reading?
moved?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. Okay, the motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any further discussion from council?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion to adopt the resolution carries. It is now approved. And the last resolution is authorizing the expenditure of funds for advertising with Mary G. Montgomery Football and authorizing the mayor to enter into a performance-based contract with MGM. We reviewed and discussed this in the work session. Do I have a motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion for immediate consideration and to waive the reading of the resolution carries. Any discussion from council? Okay, do you have a motion to adopt?
So moved?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Councilmember Baker,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Webb,
Yes.
Councilmember Franklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Shirey,
Yes.
Mayor Hill.
Yes. The motion to adopt the resolution carries. Is there any further council or staff comments tonight, or any further business that might come before the council?
Do like. Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to
Motion
adjourn?
to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries, meeting is adjourned.
What?
7:37.
That's a record.
That is a record.
That's a record.